Have you ever stepped off a curb to cross the street? Of course you have. You probably didn't give it a second thought. Folks like Tom here have to.
A simple step for you is like a cliff for me.
That's right. And now imagine for a moment it's your grandmother here, or a relative who's also in a wheelchair, or perhaps your grandfather whose vision isn't what it used to be, or maybe even you, temporarily disabled after an accident. Well, that's exactly why the city of Portland is converting these to these.
Thanks.
These ramps may not look like much, but they're actually highly engineered pieces of infrastructure designed to help everyone, including you, get around safely. That is, of course, if they're built right and inspected to prove it. That's where you come in. These videos will help get you oriented, give you some tips and techniques to help get it right the first time. To make sure that we meet federal and local standards. And who knows, maybe at the end of the day, we could take all these specifications and turn them into something that you can be proud of. Let's get started. Why not just pour a simple ramp and call it a day? Well, the ultimate answer is because all of these ramps need to meet ADA standards, which are very, very specific. As specific as they are, though, these standards are based in basic common sense. The steeper the slope, the more difficult and dangerous it is to get around. And this is why every ramp we pour has two key components that we're going to be checking constantly to make sure that we're getting them right, because they're so critical to our mission. The first are the parts that take you up and down. These parts need to be gradual enough so that most people can manage them. The second are parts that don't take you up and down. These are the flat, level areas that provide a safe place to rest and make a turn while traversing the rest of the ramp. Next, let's take a look at how these basic parts add up to form the basic components of our ramp systems. First, we have our landings, or turn spaces. A landing is a flat area, 2% or less, which provides a safe space to rest while using the ramp. It's important that the landings don't exceed 2% so that wheelchair users and others can safely navigate the features of the ramp system. Connecting the landings with the rest of the pedestrian infrastructure are the actual ramps, which largely serve to change elevations from the sidewalk to the roadway. These two features form the heart of any ramp system. Surrounding them are a number of other components, like truncated domes and flares. These elements of a ramp system serve to connect the core of the ramp to the surrounding existing infrastructure. They're all designed and constructed to exacting specifications as well, and each component serves a specific purpose. Let's take a look at how all these elements add up to form the basic ramp styles. Our first ramp style is the perpendicular ramp. These ramps are perpendicular to the face of curb. To use this ramp, you're probably going to have to make a turn. Diagonal ramps serve multiple crossings. For this ramp style, you need a flat, level turn space at the top and bottom of the ramp. And the bottom of the ramp must be outside the traveled way. Two landings to make your turns, connected by a ramp. Parallel ramps are parallel to the curb and are oriented in line with the path of travel on the sidewalk. So all of this should really illustrate the importance of having folks who are well versed in the tools of the trade, including a smart level to measure slope. Because at the end of the day, it's the difference of 1/10 of 1% of slope that can mean the difference between a ramp that meets standards and a ramp that you're going to be rebuilding on Monday. So at this point, you're really beginning to see that building and inspecting these is going to take a lot of care and attention to detail. So again, the question, why even bother? I mean, to me, making the city that I live and work in into a more accessible place for everyone, that's reason enough. The reality is, everyone in the community benefits from a friendlier, more accessible infrastructure. And it should be a point of pride in being able to take a part in building and inspecting it, especially considering how tight these tolerances are. I mean, most people would have absolutely no idea how to build or inspect these. So next, I'd like you to go ahead and find the video that pertains specifically to the work that you'll be doing to pick up some more tips and techniques along the way. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.